Okay, so this part of the app widget is working now. So we linked our screen with the word count function, and we add an on key up or key up event, and things seem to be working fine. So if you look at this now, where are we? So let's go back to our widget. So if I now run the blue car is idling up the street, you'll see this is working quite nicely. So our widget is working. So what we need to do next now, we haven't done the second part. So the second part of what we need to do is as follows. So the second part, the widget allows you to enter a max word limit for the sentence. You just should be shown a warning message if there are too many words in the sentence. So this is now where things get a little bit more complicated. So far we haven't used a factory function. So to implement the word limit logic, we are going to actually create a factory function. So far I just used a plain JavaScript function because we just needed a function that takes a string and returns a number and put that on the screen. We need something that can tell us when we exceeded the word count. For that we'll set the word count and then compare it to the number of words that was entered. So now what we'll create is a word count factory function. The word count factory function, it needs a max word count function that takes in the max words allowed and it should return an error message function that will return the error message if the word count is exceeded and return a blank string if the word count is not exceeded. The parse sentence function will accept the sentence and the word count function return the length of the sentence entered. Yo, that's a lot of things. So let's have a look again. Let's look at it slowly. We need to test these functions in Mocha. Okay, so we want the max word count. To set the max words allowed, we need an error message function that returns a message or blank. We need the parse sentence to accept the sentence, and the word count returns the length of the sentence that was entered. Okay, so let's look at this. So let's write our Mocha tests accordingly. So now we're going to be creating a word count thing. So I'm going to go to my test here now. So what I want to do now is I want to create, I want to say word count. Okay, so that's my factory function. So Z, I'm going to call it word count. And then I'm going to say something like this, const word count. If I go back in the functionality that I need to create max word count. Okay, so let's do it simple first. Parse sentence, and now I want to say word count dot parse sentence. I want to do something like this, parse sentence. In this case I want to be able to do the cat jumped up. Okay, and then what I want to be able to say is I want to say word count. What do we want to call our factory function? What did you say? We want to call it word count. That's right, eh? So word count, and then we want to have another one here that is going to be word count. I'm going to change the name, so I'm going to say word counter. I'm going to say word counter, okay, and then I'm going to say word counter dot. I'm going to say here dot word count, because I want to do something like this. I want to be able to run something along those lines. Word count. I want to do the same thing here at the bottom now. But when I'm going to run this, so I'm going to say word count. I'm going to say here the dog ran after the cat. I'm going to go this here, parse sentence, word count. So now this should return 6. Okay, so now I've got 2 tests. So let's have a look. What's going to happen now? I'm going to go to Mocha. Okay, Control R. Okay, let's see what's happening. Okay, Mocha is running. Okay, now word counter is not defined. Okay, so what I need to do now is I need to go to my function here, and I want to say function word counter. Okay, something like that. And then here what I want to say word counter. And then I need to add a function in here, and I say function parse sentence. So this is going to take in a sentence. And then what I need to return here is I want to basically do what I did up here. I want to split the sentence. And then I'm going to say here, I want to say the word count. So the word count is something that exists inside of my factory function. So here I want to say here, I want to say let the word count. Initially the word count is 0. Okay, and then I want another function that returns the word count from my factory function. Let's have a look. I need to have a word count function. So now I need to go here, function, say word count, something like that. And then I want to return the word count. Okay, so now if I run this, I go to my tests, they're still failing. Okay, that is because you'll see these grayness here. I've created my factory function, but it's not returning anything. So what I need to say here is parse sentence, and here now I have to say the word count. Okay, so let's run that. Okay, the word count is not defined. Okay, see now reference error word count. There's an error at line words.test line 6. Words.test line 6. Word count. Okay, so I've got a typo here. There should be word counter. Okay, let's do that. Control D. Okay, so it's only here. So where's escape? Word counter. Then I need to do the same thing here. Word counter. Down there it looks okay. Control R. Word count is not a function. Word counter dot word count is not a function. Word counter. Where is word counter? Word counter. And there I want to say here word count. Okay, see now both of them is not gray. Run that. Okay, so now I'm just back where I was before, but this time around I'm using a factory function. Where I'm saying I pause the sentence, then I ask the factory function what is the word count. Okay, so now I want to go one step further, and I also want to create another function so that one day that we can limit the number of words. And that function we want to call max word count. Okay, so now we want to go here. Let's have a look. So now I want to create another function here. Function. Then I want to say max word count. Okay, and that is, let's call it max words. Okay, and then I want to say again let the max words. Okay, so I'm just using let here when you can use var as well. You just can't use const here because these numbers can change. If you use const, the numbers can't change. If you want, you can use var here instead of let. Let is just a more modern way of setting a variable so that it's in this kind of block level scope. But I mean, even var have function level scope here, so that's fine. So what I want to do here is we want to say the max words is equal to max words. So if I do something like that, so what we want to do now is I want to return this down here and just say max words. I want to not the max words. I want to say max word count. Okay, so this is just something we're setting. So what we want to do now is we want to do another thing where we want to do. I think it's want to set the error message. Okay, so we want to set error message. Control Z, error message. Okay, so now I need to create a function here that I call function error message, like that. And then what we're going to be checking here is if the word count is bigger than the maximum words, then we should get an error message. So we just want to say if the word count is greater than the max words, then we just say return your sentence is too long. Okay, otherwise we want to return nothing. Okay, so this is now what we would need to test. See, once this is up and running, we want to see whether the sentence is too long or not.